I run a charity foundation called Mukono Charity Foundation. The foundation started in 2016, so you can imagine from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, these are 5 years. When I set out to start to help these kids in 2016, the only man I had on me was, I think, 10,000 or 15,000. I said, let me do something. So the funding that I get comes from the community in Mukono. That is purposely Uganda Christian University, because I'm an alumnus of the university, and I run a small business around the university, a restaurant called Bobix. It's along the university road. So part of the money I make goes to the foundation. Then two, the students in the university give us money, plus us teachers, the lecturers, the staff, anyone in the university donates. Then majorly, the other funding comes from the business communities in Mukono. There are lots of businesses that come on board. They help us in one or the other, and we ensure that these kids stay in school, and we always account for their money. It's an entire mixture. They're majorly special needs. But if you speak with one kid to the other, you get to know each kid's story. So one kid will tell you their dad is this, their mom is not there. Some are orphans, but they are special needs. So as a foundation, our major target is the special needs children. Since it's a school, we sit down with the headmistress and the staff. Each term, we come up with a few ideas on what they would need, right from scholastic materials to their uniforms, to their clothes, to some paying their school fees, some ensuring that you're a father figure to them, organizing a few events, creating a few friends to come and visit them over time. Friends donate. That's how best we've helped them. Over time, we've done lots of things. We put up projects in their school, and the projects we put there are self-sustaining. And in the projects, most of them are long-term. Why long-term? Because even if these kids leave school one time, the other kids will find them and use them. The kids pay tuition for the school, let's call it school fees. Some parents are able to pay it, some parents are not. It's funny that it seems to be little money, but the kids in the school, most of them don't even come around from areas of Mukono. Some are coming from deep down in the villages of Kayunga, Nachifuma, what. Before you know it, we really need to come through and help them. Most of the kids who can't afford to stay in the school, that's when we people come in. That's when the community is involved. It turns out that at least each term we could pay school fees for around 5 kids. There's a donation box at my restaurant. People drop in money, coins, paper. At the end of the semester, as you see, we count it, take it to the headmistress. When we give it to headmistress, they account that at least we've bought for this kid this, we paid kid X this. So let me say if we've collected like 500,000 and the tuition is 300, we could say let's divide it among at least 4 kids. So before you see it, at least 1 or 2 kids are staying in school. And if the parents can't really afford, that's when we really come on ground and request for much more support than we have. There are over 75 children. As we speak now this term, the special needs children are 65. The number keeps going up and keeps going down. The few reasons that's why it happens in that way is because of the school fees. Some parents could afford, others can't afford. So before you know it, if I can't afford, probably they leave the kid at home to stay around roaming in the villages and all that. So as we continue as an NGO with time, we could move out and get them, fetch them and come back to school and probably outsource them and go to other schools like that. But it's not a definite number. The number adds up to at least 75. From the time we've been there, 75 kids is the number we play around with. In 2016, if I recall very well, there were 26 kids. But right now, there are 65. For now, our foundation is community-based. It's registered as a CBO. CBO is a community-based organization. Community-based meaning you can work anywhere, but majorly in your community. Whereas NGO, you can be at least, you can go to any area depending on where the fundings come from and where you can help. So for us, we are now limited by resources and the funding. So we are majorly centered around Mukono. What compelled me was my love for children. I grew up in a very small family of 3. But over time, our parents would bring their relatives, their brothers and sisters to come and stay with us. But still, we would go and visit our friends, our different families and all that. Then you find there are many kids. Then I felt probably mom and probably something okay as parents. They didn't do much. But then I later realized that whatever they were giving us was actually enough for us. Before knowing it, I sit down and I'm touched with a few kids' stories and I'm like, I could transform these lives of these kids. What pushed me? When I'm there and I'm like, let me go out, do something for these kids. When I went out, I landed on kids in Bishop West Primary School, the special needs children. It's important to know that the school provides inclusive education. But when I looked at the special needs children, I was compelled to do much for them. As a foundation, we've organized the forthcoming event we've called, it's a Women's Day event, which is happening on the 8th of March. And on the 8th of March, we're going to honor all the women. We're coming up with a fundraising dinner for a school solar system. The reason why we are having this dinner is to fundraise for solar for the kids. After most of the works we've done that are long term in the school, we've decided now let's put solar for them. Why solar? Most of our kids who have special needs, well, when power goes off at night, probably no more prep or something of that sort, they don't get a chance to interact or even see anything they are doing. So when we decide to solicit for solar, we want to install solar in the entire school to ensure that their school goes on very well. And as a parent, the first role for your kid, the major reason as why you send your kid to school is to study. It really hurts when it's around 7 or 7:30 or 6, time for supper, and there's no power. Everything in the school is cut off. So our target as a foundation is to ensure that there is solar in the school. And that should be at least done through the fundraising dinner. Whatever money we collect through the dinner will help us sign a memorandum with any company that is willing to come out and partner with us, and we put up solar in their school. When we put solar, it will help This is the first time it's happening. This is going to be the first time of that sort. We're not yet sure whether it will be annually, but there are other events we do annually. The major event we do annually, we call it Christmas in October. This one is now over 4 years. This year will be the 5th year we're doing it. It happens every October. We bring an early Christmas to all our special need kids, and we're planning on even changing it whereby we're going to have kids around Mukono also come, not particularly kids from Bishop West, but most kids around the entire area to come through. Now, the fees, we didn't want to put any tax because it's entirely a foundation where we expect people to just come and support. What we really request for is anyone out there, if you think you can help Upendo Mukono Charity Foundation, please help us. If you think you can help change lives of special need children, please help us. If you think you can come and attend this dinner, the dinner happens at Bishop West Primary School. There's a school playground. We're going to put up tents, set it up very well. You come through from Sunday from 5 p.m. at the school. Just ensure you're in the school at 5 p.m. Tell anyone there you're here to attend the dinner. Come through. If you feel you can give us anything, it should be from the bottom of your heart.